WNBA Gambling Podcast. Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog's got a brand new offer for new customers. Just play $5 and get $50 in bonus funds when you sign up with promo code NBA SGPN. Yes, sir. We are back with another edition of the WNBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. I mean, the voice of the guy, it's me, really Terrell, feeling Terrell, Furman Jr. here at your service. We got 5 games to talk about today. We don't got a long recap going. I see the chat is already started going. J Dollar, what's up? Eddie was good. My guy, J Cell, Bear Commander, talking about some MLB. MLB's going on in the chat. Jesus Christ, Scott, Studio, Reichel. Scott, what's going on?
Scotty, beat me up.
Surprise.
Yeah, can't complain. Good to be back from Vegas. Of course, we had a pretty fun weekend for the WNBA. A lot of close games. Seattle still can't win a game, which is pretty funny. They did win. They won one, I know. Then they immediately lost right after it, so whatever. All momentum went right down the drain there. The Lynx play the Liberty again for what feels like the 5th time in a row.
That's the team that can't win.
No, they really can't beat the Lynx. They really can't beat them. But at least the game was entertaining on, I think it was Saturday. That game came down to the wire. So, yeah, overall, pretty fun overall week in WNBA action. And now we got a bunch of games today. So 5 games should be fun.
CJ, Skrills, Adam, all in the chat. W's in the chat, please. W's in the chat. All right, let's go. We got 5 games to talk about here. First, got to remind everybody, Sports Gambling Podcast is giving away $1,000 Circle Future. All you have, NFL Future at that, all you have to do is give them the phrase that pays. How do you get that? Well, go listen to the 32 NFL team previews that they did. They give out 1 word each preview. It's a 32-word phrase. You drop that phrase at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/phrase, and you'll be entered for a chance to win $1,000 Circa Future, which I can put on the participation trophy of MVP for Joe Burrow. That's what I would do. So, quick little $6K at the end of the season. All right. Wait, is that 6K? That's 6K. Yeah, 6K. All right. Had to do that odd math in my head, Scott. Here we go. First game up on the docket. Let's talk about our Liberty going up against the Minnesota Lynx. Liberty are laying 2. 166.5 is the total. These lines are moving. It's at 3 in some spots now. 2.5, 3. Call it what you want. 2. 166.5 is total. Big news, Nafis Collier still doubtful. Not expected to play in this game. With that being said, does it matter? I don't know.
No. They keep winning without her anyway.
Yeah, like, does it even matter at this point? I mean, okay, so if you told me that you got the Liberty when they were catching 1.5 and they were technically a dog, I would be like, okay, I feel you. I get it because, you know, the Liberty a home dog. But, like, laying points with the Liberty after they've been embarrassed by this team for 3 times already, and Nafisa Collier didn't play in 2 of those meetings. Yeah, I'm good. I'm just really good. Liberty need Breanna Stewart. They need the full team there to figure this out and to compete with this Minnesota team. They can go out there and have games against everybody else and, you know, be able to hold their own to a certain extent. But with Minnesota, they need everything. Even without Nafisa, they need absolutely everything. And that's going to be concerning for a playoff run because Nafisa Collier is going to be back at that point. So they're really, really going to have to figure it together when they're fully healthy. With that being said, I'm sorry, Scott. I can't do it. Just give me the Lynx again.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. I question the line movement. The argument could be, well, they can't beat them 3 times in a row. Can't they? I think they can. The game was very close last time out. Then the Liberty kind of fell apart there at the end of the 4th quarter. McBride hit that crazy 3-pointer, which kind of was the dagger at the end. The Lynx could have won more easily if they made a couple more free throws. Even McBride missed a couple free throws there in the last minute, which is kind of shocking, but it didn't really matter. It feels like the Liberty every time we get into a crunch time situation against this team, just can't put the ball in the basket. it feels like the Lynx just get better offensive looks down the stretch. And that could be because of coaching. Maybe that could just be because of, you could argue, maybe just clutcher personnel. I'd say it would be mainly coaching, just with the Sandy liability situation, comparing her to, of course, the best coach in the entire league. I'll go with the Lynx here. I just think that they are the better team. The Liberty, of course, are still missing Brianna, so it's not like you're looking at a team that's at full strength here. But I do think you're looking at the Lynx, who just have a better understanding of how to generate crunch time offense. And it feels like that's usually the Liberty's undoing in this matchup. The refs let them play a lot last game. Not many calls, pretty physical. Saw a couple of potential no calls that were problematic, but the point is, it just feels like when this game comes down to the wire, which it should, the Lynx generate better looks, and it's why they win games. So they couldn't guard Courtney Williams last time out. McBride wasn't even that great. She had a couple big shots down the stretch. I just think the Lynx have enough options to get the job done here again. I'll go with the Lynx again.
Since the All-Star break, the Lynx are shooting 91.8 points per game. Liberty are allowing 85 points per game with nothing W. Lynx defense also has been really, really good, 75.5 points per game allowed. You've got an offensive rebound percentage that's through the roof, top 5 in offensive rebounding and offensive rebounding allowed. Liberty can't rebound worth crap. Sorry, little ones are in attendance, but they can't worth crap at all rebounding. So I'm really good. I don't know what they're supposed to do. I honestly don't know. It just assumes that, at some point they got to win a game against this team, so it could potentially be this one. That's why I'm not going to bet it. But I'm good. There's no way I was taking the Liberty at this price. Maybe as a dog, you might have got me to buy in one more time, but no way as a favorite. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm with you. I get they're at home, but in reality, I just think this game should be close again. You might find a better number live. There is a chance the Liberty maybe get off to a decent start. You could probably get the Lynx a plus money, but do I trust a full 40-minute effort from the Liberty to beat this team? No. I think they need one. I don't think they're going to get it, but if the Liberty win, I'll be, happy for them, but I'll believe it when I see it.
166.5. Over Liberty, at least Minnesota teams are over. Liberty just can't defend right now.
This one I'm really on the fence about. I think I'll go under. I'll go for the deja vu principle. It landed 166 in the last meeting that happened a couple days ago. No real strong opinion here. I just think that I'm going to go with the deja vu game. Give me the under. Says the last game. The last game was basically around the same total as this, but I think you'll get a better defensive effort. And the refs did let them play a lot last time out. That might result in less free throws.
Chat's still going. Andre, Adrian, Helms, AJ, Rodney, what's up? Mal made it in for a live. It's been a while. I feel like I haven't seen your name pop in the chat for a little bit. Dropping Dime says Lib's first quarter. Yeah, I could see a get up first quarter spot. I could see that. I don't know the full details behind it. I have to look into it, but I could see that happening. Liberty's just been really, really bad. Overall, 2-7 ATS since the 2-7-1 ATS since the All-Star break. Lynx 4-2 ATS since the All-Star break. 6-0 straight up. Liberty at 4-6 straight up since the All-Star break. All right, player props. What do you like?
So I think I got to go back to Courtney Williams, right? If we're picking the Lynx to win the game, and we saw her torch the Liberty last time out, they couldn't stay in front of her. They could argue maybe they'll do a better job game planning for her, but she had 26 points. She killed that damn team. And I do think that it was not really fluky. She got to her spots. It feels like without Collier, she embraced a bigger amount of role when it comes to shooting. And I just think you're looking at Williams, who took 18 shots in that game. She had 18 shots in back-to-back games against the Liberty. Mm-hmm. She only had 14 points in the first game, but she was going 7 of 18. So barring a pretty bad performance from the floor, I think she'll go over. 14.5 feels kind of low. Give me the over at Courtney Williams' points.
Scott, good call. Very good call. I'll give you that. But Caleb McBride, She's the Liberty killer. If you're not watching the Liberty games, there's no way you're not thinking, man, McBride just continues to have good game after good game after good game. Last 6 games against the Liberty, 17, 18, 24, 21, 19, and 19. Trust me, I know. There was an 8-point game in between there. Then she had a 22-point game. In fact, she's been over her points prop of 14.5 and 6-8 of her last 10 games against the Liberty. So with that, it's pretty easy where I'm going. Kayla McBride has been able to get it done with us multiple times. They haven't been able to stop her. And it's at 14.5 now. I'll take Kayla McBride to go over one more time.
Is there anybody that you want to back or fade on the Liberty?
I want to get past Jacquel Jones, but because they're going to need her. They're going to need her to be active on the boards and get going. But I don't trust the Liberty to win the game, so I don't want to play that.
Yeah, I think I'm going to fade Sabrina.
Okay.
That's why I was asking, because Sabrina historically has been quite bad against the Lynx. Her points and assists are at 22.5 at -108 on the under. I'll take that. She has gone under this number in 9 of the last 10 against the Lynx. On top of that, she's gone under in 5 straight. So you're looking at Ionescu, who only had 13 points in the last game against Minnesota. You could argue that she got fouled in that loose ball off the jump ball in the last minute or so, but it just feels like Sabrina just can't get enough separation against this team defensively. And we know Sabrina is sometimes, for, a lack of proper shot selection, willing to chuck up some really bad shots. And I feel like the Lynx do a good job of trying to take away any breathing space for her. And she might take some bad shots anyway, but it's been working. I like what they've done defensively against her before, and I think they'll do it again. Give me Sabrina under 22.5 PA at around -108.
Does it have to be PA? Because RA interests me.
Wait, you talking about for overs or unders?
For over.
Oh, that's fine.
And, get the ball out of her hands. And then plus, I'm telling you, they need as much help on the glass as possible. So
you could just go with the points. It's at 17.5. I don't mind the under on that too. But, yeah, rebounds and assists I can see. I just don't think the scoring will be there.
Yeah. I think I'll go with that. I could see what I need, 5 and 5? Yeah. A few long rebounds fall out her way. She gets some rebounds. Yeah. I could see a RA going. But I like the Caitlin McBride play. That's the best one for me. All right. Before we get to the next game of the slate, got to talk to mybookie.ag, your place to bet every single sport, including the WNBA, MLB, NFL, college football, all of that and more. College football back this week, Scott.
Yep.
Easy deposit and lightning fast payouts using cryptocurrency. Scott, do you know the tellings of our Lord and Savior, quarterback of the Iowa State Cyclones, Rocco Beck?
I know Rocco Beck. Great
name. Rocco, great name. Rocco Beck. Great name. I don't know why. It flows. Rocco Beck. Great name. I've been a supporter since freshman year, once I found out his name. Don't know why. And he's been good. So
he's been good. Problem is they can never run the ball. But he's been a solid quarterback since he got there.
I mean, yeah, I see the Brock Purdy in him. I'll let you know. He may be a future Mr. Irrelevant that is actually relevant, Scott. Let's just throw that out there. Head over to mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN for 100% bet back to $500. I'm sorry, up bonus bet back to $500. 100% bet. That's weird. Hold on, I'm sorry. I got the 100% bet back to $500. You get $500 back, up to $500. So head over there, mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN. And we're also brought to you by Rhythm. By the way, Scott, Rhythm was cooking on the NFL last season. Tyreek Hill, 13-5 on his props. Let's see here. What's cooking in the Rhythm Labs here today? Let's go get those smart signals. AI detected patterns or rhythms model have a high win rate and ROI. Smart signal for the day. Let's see. We haven't talked about a lot of these games, so I'm just going to have to give out something a little bit early here. Let's go with what? I mean, it should be no doubt that you should be taking AT. What? You should take AT any chance you get. And they have a smart signal on AT over 23.5 points and assists. 65% of the time it hits when these conditions are met. So another smart signal there for AT tonight over 23.5 points and assists. Make sure you get all the smart signals because there are a lot more. I'm over here shifting and there's a few that I think people would like. Down here in Rhythm, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm, and sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM for a 7-day free trial. 7:30 p.m. Love the shotgun start today. 7:30, 8 o'clock, perfect. Connecticut Sun on the road going to play the Washington Mystics. Mystics are laying 6. 157.5 is the total. Injury report is, let's see. Let me go find this game. There we go. All right. Steph Dawson out. J.C. Sheldon in what would have been a revenge game out. And then we have nothing for the Connecticut Sun. So it is going to be the Leah Edwards revenge game here today. With that being said, Scott, over to you. I actually have very, very strong feelings on this game. Very strong feelings. I'm curious on what you have to say because I have very strong feelings on this game.
Yeah, I mean, the Sun had the massive choke job against the Fever last time out. They were up by about 19 at half. They blew the game. Kelsey had 38 in that game, so she kind of went crazy. They won in overtime. Mystics have been good lately. They won 3 of 4. Ended up beating the Fever on the road, beat the Sparks at home, so they have been playing better lately. Citron's been great, which is expected. We think that she's a really solid young player. But we'll see if the Sun can match the size that the Mystics have, because you still have Shakiro's back. You still have, once again, a pretty solid option in Kiki, who can have a double-double even when Shakira plays. Do I think that Charles and however minutes Aaliyah is going to play is going to be enough to battle them on the boards? I don't exactly know. And I do think watching Sutton play the point has been working out for them so far. I understand why you might want to go with the Sun, but the Mystics have been better at home than on the road all season. And for the actual numbers to back that up, the Mystics are 2 games under, but they are 3 over at home. They played one time in Washington this season back in June, and the Mystics won by 34 points. I'll go with the Mystics here. I think 6.5 is a bit short. And open up at 8.5. You've seen money come in on the Sun. I think it's kind of overreacted. You could argue maybe with Sheldon being out, that's why the line's dropped, but I think they'll be fine. The question is, I think that Connecticut's offense is good enough to actually survive 4 quarters on the road against this team. I'm going to say no, because the Sun this season are 1-15 on the road. So give me the Mystics minus 6.5.
All right. I understand how you can come to that conclusion.
You're going with the Sun.
Yes, the Sun are playing way better. This is a completely different team than majority of the season. They have now gone full youth movement. They're playing 3 rookies, significant minutes, and all 3 rookies, and Layla Lacan, Sanaya Rivers, and Anissa Morrow, are giving significant contributions. Rivers and Lacan on the defensive end and with ball handling. And, of course, Anissa Morrow, 6'1", out there rebounding like she's 6'5". So, Tina Charles and Marina Mabry's healthy now. That's a really big point of this. So if she gets going on the road here, then it's going to be a lot for them for the Mystics to be able to overcome. The Mystics are laying 6.5 here. The Mystics, as a favorite this season, are 4-8 ATS. I like the first half line better than the full game because look at the last few games for the Mystics, and it's been the same game script. They've let the team hang around in the first half, and then they've come out and handled business in the second half. Mystics' last 5 games are 2-3 ATS in the first half, but 4-1 for the full game. Sun are 4-1 ATS in the first half in the last 5 games, and 6-4 over the last 10. So even 3-2 on the road in the first half. So they've been playing teams early. They just are a little bit young, inexperienced. They don't know how to close out games, but they definitely get up early in the game. And that's where I'm at. But the real issue for them is going to be how they stop Kiki and Shakira inside the paint. The Sun have been horrible stopping anybody inside the paint. And so those two I expect to have a rather big game. But if they hold them strong outside the perimeter, don't let Sonia Citron add anything extra there, and then they're able to get significant contribution, and Morrow can still be strong for them on the boards. Yeah, I think this Connecticut Sun team is definitely competitive in this game. So, and then Leah Edwards coming off the bench has been really good for them as well. So, And I expect to see some output there, especially with the lack of depth. It's going to be some Emily Angstler there for them, for the Mystics here today without Dolston. Yeah, I like the Sun. I think the Sun +6, sprinkle on the money line. I think this is opportunity where it's just too much. I think this should probably be like 2.5, maybe 3. But this Sun team playing a lot better recently.
Yeah.
All right.
I think I'm just going to go with the Mystics, but fair enough.
But I've already played that first half +3.5 on the Sun. I'm committed to the first half play. All right. 157.5 is the total. It could go either way. I'm not really married to the total. I could see it get up and neither team really hitting shots and it go under, but I could also see where it's just become a track beat. And I mean, the Mystics defense hasn't been the best thing in the world, so feel like this is too low for an under and maybe a slight lean to the over, but I'm really not married either one side or the other. You could sell me on both sides here. Scott.
I think I'll go over, but I don't really have a strong opinion.
All right. Player props. You did talk about Sutton, and I do like her assist. What is that at today? It was at 3.5 last time, and I was like, wow, really? 3.5 for Sutton? And sure enough, she went over. I don't see a line on it. Somebody said 12.5 PA for Sutton. Can you find just an assist line? I don't see an assist line. Let's see. What else we got here? Somebody said, I feel like I saw Tina Charles in the chat somewhere else. I've been staying away from Tina Charles rebounds, not because she can't do it, but she's just been letting Anissa Morrow grab him, man. So I like the points and rebounds, 20.5, been good. She's been over in 6 of her last 10 games. She's been over in 5 of the last 6 against the Washington Mystics. Love the angle. I've leaned more to just points. It's been, I guess she's had a little bit more rebounds against them too. So points and rebounds, cool. Points, cool. I like the Tina Charles play. I like Shakira Austin and Kiki today. Really on all the bigs here. Love a big day for the bigs. What you got, Scott?
Yeah, I just question if the Sun can match the Twin Towers front court that this team has. So I think I'm just going to be looking at a spot where I will go back to Kiki, who's been really, really good. I'll go with Kiki. I like the PR for her. Even with Shakira coming back, she had a double-double last game. I think it's a good matchup for her. Give me the Kiki over PR.
All right. Oh, there's Sutton. What's her assist at? 3.5. Oh, that's like 200. Can't bet that. But 4.5 minus 105. I see. She's had 4 a few times. 7 in the last game. 7 against Golden State. I could talk myself into a Sutton play. Yeah, that's it. Main for Tina Charles. I like the bigs. I like Charles, Austin, and Kiki today. Let's leave it at that. All right.
So if you're picking the Sun, though, does that mean that you're picking Mabry to have a monster game?
No, I said Tina Charles.
I'm saying, but are you picking any of the guards to do anything for the Minutes game?
No. I mean, I'm sure that somebody will probably pop here or there, but I'll roll with Tina Charles. That's it.
All right.
Tina Charles and Sun money line sounds like a good play to me.
All right, that works.
All right, let's see here. Where are we at? Time for me to talk to you about Circa Million, Circa Survivor. Greatest sports book of all time. Circa Las Vegas is hosting the world's biggest pro football contest, Circa Million, Circa Survivor, and Circa Grandissimo, with over 21 million in guaranteed grand prizes. Come out and hang out with them this weekend, August 21st through the 23rd. It is Circa Contest Weekend in Vegas. Who was that said they 5 hours from Vegas? Go ahead and drive down for Circa Contest Weekend, sir, for an amazing show, including live shows and open bars. Plus, you can get a 15% off stay at Circa with promo code SGP15. Contest is open to everyone. Sign up in Nevada and play from anywhere with the help of the official proxy service. Go to footballcontest.com. Use promo code SGP. Get $50 off your proxy fees. And welcome to Underdog. Best Ball Mania is happening all summer long, giving away $15 million in prizes, $2 million to first place. No waiver wire, no arguments about trades. And the best thing is that Best Ball is the best way to play. You can get 500x your entry. Plus, they have a brand new offer. New customers play $5 and get 50 in bonus funds when you use NBA SGPN. And with that, that is it. Make sure you stick around to the end of the show. We'll do our underdog lineup as always. Seattle Showers on the road. A game below 500. Know what that means, Scott? Laying 11.5. 158 is the total against the Chicago Sky in Chicago. Angel Reese, questionable. Ariel Atkins, Haley Van Lith, probable. I mean, it's easy for me here, Scott. I don't have to question it. I know exactly what I'm doing. It's going to be, if Angel Reese is playing in the game, I'm taking the Sky. Like, I'm 100% taking the Sky. The 11.5 is insane for the Seattle team on laying on the road right now. I don't even think I would lay that on it. Like, oh my God. I mean, the Sky without injuries have been really, really bad, but like, I don't even know if I really want to lay that. And there was no chance Angel Reese was playing in the game. So if you're telling me she actually plays, I'm going to take the Sky. I'm not even going to question it. I'm going to just go ahead and sit there and say that the Sky are not 11 points better. I mean, that the Storm are not 11 points better on the road than anybody in the W this season. Maybe they could beat somebody, maybe. But to just go ahead and go out there and put a team that's 1-6 in their last 7 games, last 8 games, 1-7, something like that. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No. So if Reese comes back, I could see this team absolutely having the get-up spots of all get-up spots and going out there and having a really competitive game and being like, see what happens when Angel Reese is playing in the game. Yeah, so I'm good. I'll wait for the further injury news. If Reese doesn't play, maybe, but I doubt it. But for sure, back in the Sky, plus 9.5, plus 10.5, whatever it's going to be when Reese is announced in the starting lineup. And if she's not, then you just put all your money on Camila Cardoso again. Easy enough. So it's either Cardoso or Sky.
Yeah, I'm with you. I can't lay this with the Storm. I think this team's terrible. I do want to ask you, though, if you had to kind of point to one reason why this Storm team has been falling apart, is it coaching? Is it just that simple? Is there something bigger at play here? Like, why have they been this bad?
I mean, at this point, that's what you got to say. They should not be this bad. And there could be a thought of they're not actually this bad and maybe the level of competition they've been playing. But, like, no. At this point, it's a team that has a bunch of talent, and it's all just not meshing right now. And you've got to be able to get through those moments where it doesn't mesh, because everybody has the Liberty have had multiple moments where it wasn't meshing. They're currently going one moment right now where it's not meshing. But do I have any concern about the Liberty in the future? No. When they get healthy, I think that they'll carry their shitty coach. Right now, this team is not carrying their shitty coach right now. And I hate to say that about Noelle Quinn because that's my dog. But she's just not making the right adjustments that's put this team in the best place to succeed. And you got a whole bunch of talent on the roster, and they're not doing anything with it. So, and then plus you had 3 different requests for trades this season. Like, come on. Alicia Clark requested, Lee Yu requested, Jewel requested. I feel like it's somebody else in there too. I'm forgetting. I feel like it's really 4, and I'm forgetting somebody. But it. Yeah, Scott, I can't get past Seattle right now. They're horrible on the boards. They're horrible defensively. Maybe they'll show up offensively for a game, but if they don't, they're completely screwed. Just very good on them right now. 500 ball club.
Yeah, I think that the Storm are a team that has really not done anything right for the last couple weeks. When they play good offense, they can't defend. When they can't score, well, they still really can't defend. It feels like at the end of the day, maybe you could argue defense is the main reason why they're struggling, but they have too much talent to be this bad, which we've talked about for a while. We were pretty early to the Showers and nickname this season, and they tried to win us back a couple of times, but we really have been, I'd say, steady with our, I'd say, distrust of this team for the last month or two. And yeah, I think we were right. They're just not well coached. They don't really do enough things to win games late. The crunch time offense can be really ugly too. I'll go with the Sky. This team might be bad, but if Reese comes back, that's big. They're still at home as well. I can't lay 11.5. I'm with you. If the Storm go out there and bury this team, that might sum up how bad the Sky are, but I'd rather just take a chance with a bad team that I know will give you good effort as opposed to a Storm team that doesn't really know what they're doing half the time. So I'll go with the Sky. If Reese plays, the line's going to plummet anyway, but they're at home. I think that's definitely enough of an angle for me to trust the Sky. Give me the Sky plus 11.5.
If Reese plays, 158.5 is going to get killed on the total. Over. If she plays, that's going to soar past. That's easy 160 because the offense is going to look a lot better. She'll probably have about 4 or 5, maybe even 6 assists in the game. And they'll probably be on 3-point shots. So, over for me. Player props.
Do you like Cardoso if Reese doesn't play? You'd have to wait in order to actually bet that, but
I've already betted at plus 140 for the double. I didn't go a full unit size, but just in case, I was like, she could get it because they've been not Liberty. I'm saying they're the Liberty because how bad they are rebounding, but it's Seattle. They are really bad rebounding basketball, and I think even with Reese out there, there's a potential she still walks into 10 rebounds, and so a double-double is welcome in the possibility. But, of course, I feel a lot better about it if Reese does not play. But, yeah, I wanna get down on some more Chicago Sky props because I think that they'll be able to score in the game, but I just cannot trust until I see that injury report and Reese is 100% playing.
Yeah.
So I'm not 100% there yet. Gabby's at 18.5, though. I'm playing that.
Okay. Do you like Sykes in this game?
She's had big games against Chicago in the past, but was not on my official radar.
Okay. We're just asking. I feel like it's a decent spot for her potentially. I'm trying to think of who I want to go with.
Skylar Six play.
Yeah, if I'm going to go with Chicago, I think I have to go with Banham at 9.5. She has had at least 10 points in 8 of the last 10. She's had at least 10 points in 15 of the last 19. I think 9.5 just feels too short to me. I'll go with her over. If you want to go for the threes, though, she has made threes in 4 straight. You can get over 2.5 at plus 174. I like that price. So give me Banham to have a decent game.
All right. Shout out Big Mama, Lotto. All right. It's about enough on that. Y'all understand my feelings on that game. Next game up. Oh, Scott, I couldn't wait to talk about this. I wanted to talk about this in the intro, but we got 5 games. We had to keep moving. Now we can talk about it. 10 p.m. on the East Coast. The Atlanta Dream on the road going to play the Las Vegas Aces. The Aces are laying 2, and for a good reason because they have looked great. Believe it or not, Scott, the Aces are 21 and 14 this season thus far. I mean, if they woke up a little bit earlier, the season win total would still be in play. 166 is the total. That has come up for a good reason. And I think this run has reminded me that as much as I do think Fee is MVP this season, and it'll be deserved.
Do you think she's still getting it?
So that's the point I'm making. I think that she's still MVP this season. I think when she comes back, she'll still look really, really good, and it'll be really hard not to give her MVP. But I am firmly on the stance that it's insane how much Asia Wilson is better than the rest of the league. Like, Fee is easily the second best player in the league for me. And there's a significant gap with how good Asia is and Fee is. And Fee is amazing. But it's
I mean, to be fair, we've talked for years about how Asia is probably the best player in league history. And I've made that argument before. I think you'd agree with that.
Yes. I go back and forth all the time, whether it's Asia or Maya Moore. And I'm currently I think since after that last MVP run last year, when she won that MVP was the year where I was like, I think Asia just passed her. Like, I think Asia's better than her.
I love Maya too, but she did retire pretty young.
But like it don't even but like when she was playing, she could have played. She could have played 3 years, and I've been like, nah, them 3 years, she was like the best. Like so, like it's crazy. It's crazy because Maya's my dog, and like of course you got Candace, and you got like you got the older legends, like Lisa, all the older legends and all that. But like what Asia's doing right now is insane, absolutely insane.
I think Asia's the best player to ever play in the league. So she leads the league in historically speaking of points per game. She averages the most points per game of anybody to ever play in the league. And she's won Defensive Player of the Year before. She's won a bunch of awards, a bunch of titles as well. Asia saw the team struggling, and yes, I know they traded some pieces away. They moved Lloyd to the bench. They figured some stuff out. Big reason is when you have, worst case scenario, a top 2 player in the league, and she starts playing like it, you can win a lot of games. And Asia's playing like the best player in the world. So I agree with you, but Asia is a monster.
Like, imagine just sitting here sitting there like, man, am I watching the best player ever right now? Like, you can't even get that feeling about Braun because of all the arguments. But I don't think there's a lot of arguments if Asia is the best player ever. Like, I really don't think it's a lot of argument. Like, it's crazy. And for some reason, her points prop is at 23.5 still. What are we doing?
I mean, I'm trying to think of people you could argue against Asia for best player ever. You mentioned Maya Moore for the peak.
Maya and Candace are my two. Those are the only two that
Candace would be up there too. Some people would argue Tarazi because of the longevity, but based on the peak, no. Some people would argue Tarazi. I didn't say I would. But she would be, I think you'd agree, she'd be on a short list in that discussion. It would be a short discussion for me, but I think she'd be brought up. I would go her one. I mean, Candace winning MVP in her rookie season, though, is absolutely insane. Candace would potentially be 2 if you want to go for longevity, but I'm a big Maya Moore fan. I think Asia's clearly 1, but Tarazi would be in that top 4, top 5, just based on her career counting stats. I know, though, you don't like her, but to be honest, I think we'd agree she'd be in that discussion.
No, I don't.
She'd be brought up. I wouldn't say that she has a case against Asia.
You can bring her up, and I'd be like, no, and that's the extent of the conversation.
I feel the same way, but I think that she would be brought up because of how long she played and all the counting stats that she has. She would be brought up.
I guess, yeah.
But Asia's Asia. I mean,
Tina Charles is second. Tina Charles is second in scoring all time. Does Tina Charles get brought up?
No.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Dog, 23. So let's just start Aces and Dream off with that. Asia's at 23.5 still. 34, 30, 17, 32, 29, 27.
I bet on her to be the leading scorer in this matchup last time, and I dead heated because Alicia Gray didn't score in the last 8 minutes of the game. But I did dead heat. This is the actual matchup where I won my bet but lost money because I dead heated leading scorer, so I lost money despite winning.
And he's right. He had 20. He had most points. She had 24 last game. By the way, still over 23.5. But game before that, it was 26. Game before that, it was 33. Game before that, it was 28. She has destroyed Atlanta. One, because she gets a lot of support from Atlanta Dream fans who are also South Carolina fans, and so she always gets up for this game. If there was a hometown game for her to play or a hometown team for her to play, it's this one, the Atlanta Dream. A lot of Atlanta Dream fans are South Carolina fans, a lot. So with that being said, Asia, check. Now, the issue is the defense because she can't defend all 5 positions. And honestly, if it's not her or Jackie, everybody else ain't doing shit. That's just how it is, Scott. Like, literally, nobody else is doing anything but Asia and Jackie defensively. And with that, that is how they give up 80 points per game consistently. And with that being said, I'll lead you to my second bet in the game, Scott, after Asia, is Dream Team total over. Because I don't trust the Aces defensively. I think the Aces offensively, and I would just go over for the game, of course. But I highlighted Dream Team total over because the Aces are giving up 84 points per game in their last 5 games, despite being 5-0 and 4-1 ATS. They have given up 84 points per game. They're literally just outscoring the opponent. Exactly. And so I think that we have Dream on the road. Dream offense looks better on the road. It's been they've played to the other person's pace on the road. So if the other team runs a quicker pace, then they have run a quicker pace. Now, it's not the same without Jordan Canada, but with Ryan Howard, Alicia Gray, I think that they're going to make it do. Both of them have very good games against the Aces as well. I think this is going to be a spot where we see a track meet, where we see a bunch of points being scored. We're going to see both of them battling on the boards, both on the top 5 in offensive rebounding and offensive rebound percentage allowed. So whoever wins the boards is going to really dictate who wins this game. And I'm not 100% there on a winner, because I think that Carl Spesko and the Dream are amazing. 4-1 ATS in the last 5 games in their own right. They've been really good, and they can actually step it up defensively. And so that's why I didn't want to just jump on the Aces bandwagon of this one. 69.8 points per game in their last 5 games. So with that being said, I'm still on the over. I don't think that they're going to hold the Aces to 69, but I like that Dream team total over just a little bit more. And I like Asia. Instead of just betting the Aces, I'm going to just take whatever money I was going to bet on the Aces and just bet it on Asia. Like, Asia's going to go out there and destroy. So 23.5 is way too low.
The funny part is that the Aces have been winning games and they still can't guard anybody. They're just winning games because the offense has been so good it hasn't mattered. So I do think that you're going to see a higher scoring game. I agree with you about the over. We saw the Aces when they were still struggling managed to beat this team in Las Vegas. I think the Aces get it done again. I think 2.5 sounds right. Yes, I understand the Dream have been very good lately. They're 22-12. They're actually ahead of the Liberty for first place in the conference. But the fact is they did play in Vegas in late July. They lost by 15. And Gray was great in that game. They still got blown out. So I'll go with the Aces with you. I'll go with Asia with you. If you want to go for Asia, like 24-25 and an Aces win, I don't mind that combo play. But I think the Aces win at home. I think Asia dominates, and we go from there. Shout out to Point Guard, by the way, who's been playing better.
All right, let me get back in the chat. It's been a little second here. W's in the chat. Let's see. Yeah, so they were all jumping in on the greatest player ever debate. Yeah, man, Maya Moore. I seen Maya Moore play basketball, and it was crazy. But I'm also watching Asia play basketball right now, and it's insane. No disrespect to Cynthia Cooper, Cheryl Swoops, or none of the old heads, but and maybe it is just a little bit before my time. And what I've seen, it's been cool, but like maybe there's a little bit of bias there. I'm with you. Nothing on the Diana debate there. Let's see here. All right, player props. What do they have Ryan Howard at now? Let's see where her points prop is at now, because they've been playing around with her at 15.5, and I've been sniping them. Still at 15.5. I mean, come on. She scored 14 against the Valkyries, and I just want you to know, if you score 14 against the Valkyries, it's like getting 20 on anybody else. And it was
so good defensively, though. So good.
And then she was 14 points against the Valkyries on 5 of 10 shooting. That's literally like a game. That's like an all-star performance against anybody else. So, fine. You want to drop her down and keep her at 15.5 because of that? Cool. I'm going to just go ahead and take it because I know she can get 16 points against the Aces defense. So, let's just start with that. Ryan Howard over 16. I've already talked about Asia enough here. Alicia Gray is going to have something to say in this game. She likes to get up. Let's see what her numbers are at now. She's at 16.5. That's dropped. 24, 17, 11, and 24 in her last 4 games against the Aces. Again, just as much a get-up spot for her playing against her best friend in Asia. And with all the South Carolina faithful that are going to be in attendance. So add that to the player card. What else you got here, Scott?
I'm trying to think if there's really much else I want. Am I ready to finally trust Point Guard with the assists again? I don't know if I am, but she has played a lot better. So I have to give her a shout out. Because if I was going to roast her while things were bad, I have to praise her when things are good. And I'll tell you right now, Chelsea Gray has started to pick it up again. She has had 9+ assists in 2 straight, 14 assists against the Wings. I mean, the Wings are a fake basketball team, but still, that's still impressive. 5.5 assists at +115. I'm intrigued. I'll put it that way. I think plus money has some value to that. I'll ask you, are you interested or do you still want to see a bit more? Because 5.5 at plus 115 when she's had 23 in the last 2 games. I think it's interesting. I'll put it that way.
No, I'm sorry. I'm laughing at something else, but we got to hurry up and finish this breakdown because I want to talk about this real quick. I think it's cool. I think so. I have already told myself that now I'm going back to Jewel. And I just want you to know this team has been so much better with her coming off of the bench. As I said early on when it started to work, she probably needed to come off the bench. And sure enough, she's been over 10.5 points in 7 of her last 10 games. Of course, we know she's had good numbers in the past against the Dream, but that's because she was on a whole different team. But the last 10 games, she's really found a role. Been very, very consistent in the scoring. I think Jewel's going to be a good play. I like Free Sauce's Jackie Young play in the chat. Jackie Young over 12 of her last 18 games at home, 7 of her last 10 against Atlanta in her career. Over and 4 of the last 5, 7 of the last 10. Jackie at home has been a good bet, and I think it's going to be a lot of points. This is going to be the parlay player prop game, where you just grab you a bunch of props and they're going to go over in this game. I think this is the one. So I like Scott's Gray. I like a lot of people in this game, actually. I just think we're going to see a track meet. All right. Now, let's talk about this because breaking news, the WNBA has offered to purchase the Connecticut Sun for $250 million and not charge a potential buyer a relocation fee in an attempt to facilitate a sale to a preferred expansion city. Hey, Scott, they said Boston? No way. You want to bring them to Boston? No, sir. No, sir, we're not doing that. They said, yeah, we're going to buy the team, and then we're just not going to charge whoever really wants the team the extra money to go somewhere else, as long as they promise Miami, Houston. That's what we're working towards at this point. Miami, Houston. It seems like it's one of those 2 spots. For
the record, I don't mind those spots.
I love this for, me, I hate Boston. So the fact that they're literally saying, yeah, we were cool with this sale until you were talking about moving them to Boston. Then that's when we were like, we didn't agree to that. No WNBA hoops in Boston, it looks like.
I'll put it this way, though. Out of those 2 destinations, I think they should have teams. So I actually co-sign any place in Florida and Houston. I'm fine.
Any place in the South. Tired of all these up north teams. Like, give us another team in the South. Anything in the South is good.
I mean, you have Dallas. You could argue maybe a different southern state, but I'm fine with another team in Texas. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I'm curious where they would go. You said Houston, right?
What, the team?
Yeah, if they would move to Texas.
I believe Houston and Miami are the 2 preferred. It doesn't matter which of them 2, but they're like, come on, we need to get a team in one of these 2 places.
I wasn't sure if it was the city was confirmed or if it was state that these are the cities that we're guessing. Okay, cool.
No, especially after, the what was it? The dang, I'm brain farting. Whatever, forget it. All right, moving on. Oh, Sophie Cunningham. When Sophie Cunningham said the stuff about Detroit and Cleveland, and they were like, yeah, we would have preferred Houston or Miami or something. I felt like that was a little bit of a tell too. I know the Houston and Miami conversations have been happening and it just hasn't materialized, but I think that's where they're trying to go. Also, Nashville heard as well.
Do you think Cleveland's cool? I never heard of anyone saying I want to go to Cleveland on vacation.
Yeah, have you seen Cleveland? I mean, I don't.
No, that's a joke. No, you didn't recognize that?
I know, yeah. And
he told no lies that entire time.
Yeah, in the press conference. I
looked outside; it's pretty depressing out there. It's all factories. Yeah. To this day, Cleveland still hates them, which I still love. But Yeah, I think Joakim Noah was right. You don't really want
Noah
to
versus Cleveland, Charles Barkley versus San Antonio, players versus cities. I love players versus cities. Little Rock, Arkansas by Dirty Reg 22. Little Rock, Arkansas. Is that Bridge? Is that Bridge? You're not Bridge. You can't be Bridge. Because, like, Little Rock, Arkansas, who says that? I only know one person that would come onto my show talking about Little Rock, Arkansas. So I guess that means I know two now. All right. With that being said, I think we covered everything. Yes, to Chelsea Gray assist, by the way.
Yeah, I just like the plus money for that.
Yeah. I think she'll be able to get a bunch. I could see her in double territory, to be honest. Like I said, prop heaven in this game. All right, let's get to the last one. My Valkyries on the road going to play. No, I'm sorry, at home. My Valkyries at home going to play the Phoenix Mercury. Mercury are laying 6.5. 154.5 is the total. Well, I don't know why you would want to lay 6.5 points on the road with a team that's really good at home. And they're coming off of a home loss to Atlanta. And they played this team to near death the last time that they played in Golden State. It just seems like way too many points here. First half play is, of course, the play. I mean, I don't even have to talk about that much. But this Valkyries team isn't going to let you get anything easy. And if you watched that Atlanta Dream game, the Dream had to battle in that second half. And still, everything they got came tough. It wasn't like they got easy buckets. They just started converting them. But it was 25-25 at halftime. So I'm going to play the Valkyries first half as I always do. You asked me for the full game. I'm still taking Valkyries. I am standing by what I said at the beginning of the season in game one. There is probably not a line that you could give me on the Valkyries that I probably wouldn't take. I will probably take every single line. I could convince myself on every single line that you give me of the Valkyries. Because 6.5 for a team that is 6.5 points for a team that's that good at home, 2 possessions.
Yeah.
11-5 ATS at home. Yeah, I'm good. Give me the Valkyries plus the points. Sprinkle on the money line plus 240.
I think I agree with you. For reference, they have played twice this season already. The Mercury won by 9 at home back in early June. Played in July in Golden State, and you saw Phoenix win by 1. So there is a world where they win but don't cover. The Valkyries have been very good lately. They did get buried by the Dream last game. Dream are also really good. The Mercury have not been playing that well lately, though. They ended up losing to the Dream at home. They lost to the Aces at home. Then they played Seattle on the road. They won. It wasn't easy. Seattle, we said before, stinks. They've not really played that well. I do think the line feels pretty large. You could argue that similarly to what happened with the Dream game last time out, maybe there's just a tier differential where the Valkyries are going to struggle because they're against a very solid team. But I don't buy that with them being at home. I think that Nicasia is going to have a solid opportunity to coach up her players to bounce back after such a bad outing. They're great defensively. Phoenix, I know that AT might be stealing MVP. We'll see. She had another triple-double last time out against Seattle. Shout out to her. But they're still not that consistent when it comes to, I would say, their overall defensive effort, which can let teams hang around. Good enough for me. Give me the Valkyries plus the points. Of course, first half spread I cosign. But we'll see what AT does in this game. I don't mind her rebounds to segue into props, but I think you're looking at what should be a close game.
154.5 is the total. Under. I mean, taking overs with the Valkyries is just playing with fire at this point.
Yeah. I mean, there's a couple ways to get there. Either one, they clamp and the game's a rock fight, or like the Dream game, maybe they lose to a good team, but they can't score and they drag the total down by themselves.
I mean, one of the worst shooting percentages in the entire league, by the way, Scott.
Which is not fluky, by the way, because you watch them play and it's, I don't want to compare it to Virginia college basketball, but it kind of feels that way.
Virginia college basketball? Wow, Scott.
Yeah, they
Virginia men's college basketball.
They want to win games while making it as ugly as possible, and they want to slow the pace down. They want to make you work in the half court. They do a lot of things defensively that remind me of Virginia with Bennett, of course, and how they were so successful because they just don't give you any good looks. They don't let you get in transition. They get back. The offense can be really ugly at times, but they win most of the time because their defense is so consistent. They will just wear you down, which I think is enough in this spot. Is that not a good comp? Because it feels like that's a pretty good comp. They won a title. I can't roast them too hard for it. Like, it worked out for at least 1 year. They won a bunch of games.
This is a Virginia Tech only show here, sir. So the Cavalier reference, yeah, they have it, and they're also welcoming Austin from Love Island on from season 7 during their welcome week. They have a club party for him in Blacksburg. That is going to like derail everything Virginia Tech has going for the season. I can't wait to talk with Ryan and let him know that. But okay. I mean, the worst person that they could have from Love Island to come in and be a guest at the club. Oh, Virginia Tech's just got a horrible stench on them this season. That is a what's the word I'm looking for?
A fade team?
Yeah, completely.
Wasn't the word you're looking for, but it's good.
It wasn't. It works enough though. 8-17 to the total are the Golden State Valkyries as a dog this season. 4-12 at home to the total. 6-9-1 to the total on the road for the Phoenix Mercury. Under player props, what do we like?
Well, I said I like the AT rebounds for this game. We're picking a low-scoring game. We know the Valkyries games tend to be very, very ugly because they play great defense, and the offense can be very, very underwhelming at times as well. Of course, AT has been triple-double hunting. I question the actual assists in this game because of how few points I'm expecting. But the 8.5 rebounds, minus 135. She has had at least, I believe, 10 rebounds in 8 of the last 10. And you're looking at the head-to-head numbers, and they've not been that great. She only had 6 rebounds in the first game. But I do think expecting a low-scoring game is something that we both agree on. So give me AT to dominate the glass here. Satu had a great rebounding game. I believe she had a double-double last time out against Seattle.
She did.
Which is, it's pretty rare. For somebody who is a front court player...
Wait, again, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to distract, but against who?
Seattle, the Showers.
Just making sure that everybody...
I just said Seattle. I didn't say Storm. I said
that
Seattle.
That's 2 double-doubles that they gave out
yes.
For Seattle.
Even though we think Satu's got a lot of talent, she's not exactly known for her motor when it comes to rebounding, and she still had 10. So I do think that AT could have a monster game on the boards. Give me AT over 8.5 rebounds, minus 135.
DeWanna Bonner's at 10.5 points, Scott's. Give me the over. I don't think that my Valkyries have anybody that matches up with her. Just too tall and long. And, I mean, you could throw LA out there, but, like, she's a vet. She's going to know how to get around LA. I think DeWanna Bonner will be able to score, have a pretty good game. She had 22 in the last time. I don't think it's going to be 22. I think it's going to be more like 12, 13, 14.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I want to go VB today. I don't want to play VB today. I do like the AT play. I would just play all of AT props, honestly.
It used to scare me a little bit, but yeah. She's so good. I mean, I don't know if it matters.
Yeah. Of course I play the rebounds, but I mean, I like the PRA. We talked about over PA for the rhythm smart signal. I would play that still as well. Like, I would play AT any way you could play her.
Well, I do want to ask you, though, just kind of a side note here. Do you think AT's winning MVP right now?
No.
Do you still think it's Nafisa?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think when she comes back, I think that the Lynx are going to do everything possible to give her every opportunity to win the award, and I think she's going to take it. And it's going to be the conversations about last year. Clearly, there are people in the media that still do not support A'ja Wilson with whatever that 4th place vote a few years was. And AT has just always been like the ugly stepchild that voters have just not given the amount of consideration that they should have given. And honestly, she should already have an MVP. But yeah, you know what?
Get to Brianna instead.
AT winning MVP this year would actually piss me off because I think that as good as she was this year, that year she was better. That year with Connecticut's son, I think that version of AT was better than this one, even as good as AT was this year. And that's just how good AT is, that she can put together multiple MVP seasons like that. So I would feel some type of way if she won this year just because we had a 50-1 ticket and I think she had a better year that season than she's having this season. But
do you think A'ja has a chance, or do you think that it was so bad early in the year?
I actually do think she still has a chance. Believe it or not, I do think she has a chance. I think the votes are going to come down a lot closer. I just think Fee is going to edge it out, and it's going to be just the early part of the season and the fact that the Aces didn't look good early on, but and the fact that the Minnesota Lynx are number one. And
that's why I'm torn on Asia. I think Asia should get consideration, but I don't think she's actually going to, just because of, one, the fact of voter fatigue. She wins all the time. Second of all, the team was underachieving, and yes, she's picked the team up and carried them. I still think it might be a little bit too late, because if you're expected to win 30 games and you end up winning like 26, I don't know if that's like enough, even though you were a monster for the last couple months. I think Asia's not going to win it. I think that she should be a finalist. We'll see if she actually is.
I think that the votes will go Fee, Asia, AT.
I think AT's getting. I think she's getting worst case scenario second.
Interesting,
in my opinion. AT's had that many triple doubles, and the Mercury have been.
So who's third? Who's third for you? Wait, so what is your order? What's your order?
Right now,
it's Fee, AT, Asia. Okay.
My order of who I think's going to win or who I would vote for.
Who am I predicting? What the? Yeah, no. Who do you think is going to win?
I think Fee's going to win. I think AT gets second. I think Asia gets third.
Okay.
I would vote for AT first because the Lynx have been winning without Nafisa anyway. But I think Nafisa wins it because there's a belief that she's the best player in the world. We disagree with that, but there's a belief she is, and she has no MVPs to show for it. Yeah. So I think Nafisa's going to win. But when you're this good without your best player, and the other team's been relying on AT to have triple-doubles all the time to win, that's enough for me. I would vote AT first, but I think Nafisa wins.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at for MVP.
I'm also sad I don't have an AT ticket this year. I will also say that.
Yeah.
All right. But nothing is going to beat that 50-1. I mean, I'm going to be telling my kids about my AT 50-1 ticket that should have cashed. Where are we at? Player props? We did player props. We're done. All right. Lock, dog, underdog. Lock. Asia over 23.5 points.
Makes sense.
Easy. Check mark. Dog. That would kind of be like double dipping. I don't with the sun.
You can. We don't judge.
I kind of want to go Sunny money line, but I took Sun first half plus the points. And I always sprinkle on the money line, so that kind of feels like double dipping. I'm not going to do that. Just go ahead and give me another Ryan Howard prop because, Jackie can't guard Ryan Howard and Alicia Gray both the entire game. Ryan's going to shoot threes. Ryan can drive to the rim. And she's been playing efficiently as well. It's not like she's been playing horribly. 15.5 points is just way too low. So I'm going back to the Ryan Howard. She's been good money for me as a dog. Let's go back to Ryan Howard plus points here. I can get, let's see, as soon as the sportsbook lets me on, there we go. WNBA, Ryan Howard points. 18 plus points for Ryan Howard is, that's plus 120 now. I'd have to go up to 20 at plus 195. Do I want to do that, or do I want to go back and just take Tina Charles for a big game?
Sounds like you're with the Tina today.
Yeah, yeah. So let's do Ryan Howard, 15 plus points, and we'll just get the baseline there, or 16. Can I do 16? Yeah. No, I can't. No. Then we're just going to go for 17. I don't want to drop it too low. All right, so we'll go over 16.5 because the line's already moving. Ryan Howard parlayed with Tina Charles over 15.5, and that's plus 281. And that'll be my dog.
All right. So for my lock, I think I am going to go back to Sabrina. I'll fade her in this one. Give me the Sabrina under 22.5 PA at minus 105. She has been quite bad lately. She's gone under in 6 straight. Against the Lynx, she has gone under in 9 of the last 10. So she has been flying under this number. The last 2 games they played against them, she had 15 on the dot, and her line is 22.5. Maybe she bounces back at home. We'll see. The shot has not been falling lately. talked about that right during the Sparks game. We did a show. The shot's just not been falling for. So I'll go with the under for Sabrina PA as my lock. Once again, 22.5 minus 105. For the dog, I'm going to go with the same game parlay. Give me Asia over 23.5 points with the aces minus 2. Plus 189. I'll go with that. I think it's a great price.
All right. Underdog.
We're going Asia again.
I want to try not to recycle, but I understand everybody. Let's just assume everybody puts Asia as a free square. Yeah. So let's give out 3 more because at this point.
Okay. Do you want to go? So, I actually like Bantam points personally.
I like the 8 rebounds. Higher,
we can do that.
8.5.
I like Bantam points.
You want to throw Bantam in the underdog lineup? I don't think we've done that at all season.
No, I know. But that number is pretty low for her. She's been good lately.
Wow, and it's actually here on underdog too. All right. Bantam higher, 9.5. And somebody else in the Aces game.
Do you want to go for point guard assists?
It's not up here.
Okay.
Only her points and 3-pointers.
What a shame.
We can Jackie.
I thought about that. I was wondering if I wanted to go for maybe a different game, but that's fine, I guess.
You don't sound convinced, sir. I don't like that.
Not really. Did you want to do Tina?
We can, or we can go. Well, no, they don't have. Come on, be better.
I want to just do Tina?
Kiki. We could go. Yeah, we could go Tina, Kiki, or Kiki. Do you want to switch up, or do we just stick with Tina?
I'm fine with Tina.
Yeah, I think she's gonna have a good game. I'm sorry, I do. All right, Tina Charles higher, 15.5 points. Rachel Bantam higher, 9.5 points. And Alyssa Thomas higher, 8.5 rebounds. Add that in underdog. Shake it up, 6.68x. $100 gets you $668 over there. Underdog Fantasy. Make sure you use that promo code NBA SGPN. And with that, Scott, anything else when people forget about here?
Yes, apologies that I was traveling and the schedule kind of went off the rails. I'm back, so we're going to have our regular WNBA programming.
Yes, sir, we will. One game tomorrow with a total at 180.5.
It's a fun time. You want to get your same game parlays ready. It's a game for you.
We'll be back for the Thursday slate. He's at Reichel Radio. I'm at really real __. Make sure you give us a follow on X. WNBA Gambling Podcast, 5-star rating review wherever you get your podcast. Make sure you throw that on there. 5-star rating review. If you're on YouTube, watching us on YouTube, as a lot of you are right now, make sure you hop over there. Give us a like before you exit the stream. Comment, all of that stuff. It helps the show with that. Nothing else to say, nothing else to do. No other way of hitting the podcast. Just going to do like this. We are. Hold on. Hold that thought. Status alert. Angel Reese has participated in shoot-around. Is a game-time decision today. We're out of here.
That's still a good sign. So there you go.